The Philadelphia 76ers are 13-0 at home. Their most consecutive home wins to start a season. I believe this was the first time in 55 years that this has happened for Philadelphia. They beat the Denver Nuggets by a final score of 97-92. They go to 17-7 on the year. And for all the talk that we have, or that's been talked about here in the NBA, about how the Sixers are the worst fourth quarter team in the league. And, I mean, look, it is somewhat noticeable that the first quarter, both teams scored over 20. Both teams scored 20 points, at least 23 points for all three quarters. And in the fourth quarter, Denver scored 16, Philadelphia scored 14. So it was right there for Denver. It was right there for the taking, but Philadelphia was able to do just enough to win the game. They win it 97-92. And again, now they move to 17-7 on the year. Denver moves to 14-7. What's up, guys? It is Frankie here, coming at you live just seconds here after the game ended. And a nice win for Philadelphia. Just looking at the major takeaways from this game, Embiid. It was billed as Embiid versus Jokic. Embiid showed once again why he's better. I gotta say this, and I know I talked about this a few days ago. I'm so sick of seeing fat Jokic. He's so fat. He is so. What did he do in the offseason? How do you come back? You have this great season coming in. You lose Game 7 against Portland. You got all this hyped up energy. All right, this might be our year. I didn't look at the Denver as a. I didn't look at them as like a 1 or a 2, but I was like, all right, this team could be something. And how do you show up like 20, 30 pounds? I don't know what this weight is. He is so fat now. He is so fat, it's ridiculous to me. Like, I think Brian Russillo said, like, whatever weight loss program he's on, like, I don't want that. So he struggled today in the first half, woke up in the third quarter, and then made one shot in the fourth quarter. Overall, he was 7 for 13. He scored 15 points. Did have 11 assists, but he is not the same player that he was last year. And again, in the Jokic Embiid debate, score one for Embiid here. Embiid was great tonight. 22, 8 for 18. He was able to help off Simmons, who wasn't great. Simmons did have scored 7 points in 37 minutes. He did have 7 assists and 9 rebounds. I will say for Simmons, he did try a 3-point attempt. It was a half-court heave at the end of the clock, but the clock was winding down, I think, to end the half. But he did get off a 3-point shot. It didn't go in, but he got one off. I like that. Bill, keep trying them. Simmons, or Bill, Ben, keep trying those threes, man. Keep trying them. So at 20 from Embiid, 20 from Tobias Harris tonight, 7 for 17 from the field. Al Horford at 11 points. He had a big shot there late. Really like the addition of Al Horford. You need that kind of veteran leadership there. And then 13 from Thibault off the bench. He was on for 26 minutes. He went 5 for 8 at 3 threes tonight. And so for Philadelphia, for one night, we can talk about Philadelphia and does the Simmons-Embiid combo work, and is it ever going to work? A good chance it doesn't. A good chance that this just fades out, and that a year or two from now they're going to have to move on from these guys because it's not going to work. But tonight it worked. Tonight it worked. Again, it's all about can they get to the playoffs, and we'll see a huge game coming up on Thursday night when they took on the Celtics, which is a Eastern Conference semifinal rematch from 2 years ago. These are two of the best teams in the Eastern Conference right now. Again, I think Milwaukee right now is earning the right to be number 1. So you have those two battling for 2 and 3, and again along with Miami. So that's gonna be a big game on Thursday night. I don't think I'll be able to do a live stream reaction to that because the Ravens Jets game is gonna be on. So I think I'll have to break down that one. But that's a game I can't wait to catch the highlights of that one. Sixers Celtics Thursday night, looking good. So a win for Philadelphia again. I would like better than 14 points offensively in the final quarter. They are a terrible fourth quarter team, but again tonight it wasn't really a problem. And yeah, good job defensively tonight for Denver. Will Barton was out of his mind. Barton had 26 points. I think he had like the team's first 15 points. He was insane in the first quarter. Again, Jokic did end up with 15. Millsap 10 points. Jamal Murray was only in the game for 5 minutes, and he had 0 points there. And then everybody else really, no one really on the bench really stood out for Denver tonight. So look at that. All right, so Jamal Murray had a trunk contusion, and he did not play right after for the entire game after the first 5 minutes. Torso injury. Hope he's okay. He was helped off by the Nuggets medical staff and walked up the court under his own power. Hate to lose that. don't want to lose that guy. Too many injuries in the NBA. Come on. Too many of these every night. I mean, I guess that's sports, obviously. There's going to be these injuries going forward. Looking at the team box scores for tonight. And again, in a league that usually comes down to threes, the Sixers scored 30. The Sixers made 33% of their threes tonight. The Nuggets made 25. The Nuggets were better free throw percentage wise, but Denver I feel like has underperformed this year. And again, mainly I look at that as Jokic. I look at Jokic as taking steps back. Also tonight, by the way, Miami up 13 right now in overtime over Atlanta. Miami's legit. Miami's for real. They got the good talent on that team. And New York is losing right now by 10 to the Portland Trailblazers at the end of the first quarter there as that train wreck of a season continues. This might just turn into me screaming with the Knicks. I can't watch the Knicks anymore. I know I've said that for a while. It's so painful. You know, every game they're just gonna lose by. Every game you're like, all right, how much are they gonna lose by this time? Are they gonna make it really special and lose by like 20 or 30? But no, they're gonna lose by 10. But they're losing by 10 right now. It can only get worse here. They're showing the highlights of Nuggets Sixers, and again, this was Embiid. Hold on, let me get the remote here so I can listen to this. So Nuggets and Sixers here tonight, and we're looking at the highlights here. Denver got out to the early lead. And then the Jamal Murray injury. Oh, gosh. He just ran into Simmons. Did Simmons, do that? Did Simmons, just not see him and just, knee him? I don't know. And then, yeah, there was a good point in this game. There was, a long point in this game when Jokic had 0 points. There was 3 minutes left in the first quarter, and Jokic didn't even have a field goal attempt. And, man, the talent tonight on Philadelphia. Philadelphia, and then a Thibault with a sweet, sweet dunk. Electric. Philadelphia's a good team. You always sit there and go, all right, can they put it together? Can they ever put it together? Is the Simmons-Embiid combo just not going to work out? Embiid, by the way, tried three-pointers tonight, missed all of them. He was 8 for 18 from the field. Embiid, it's okay. Just shoot at the rim. Just go to the rim. There's almost no one better than you at the rim. Just shoot at the rim. Don't go to the three-point line tonight, which is good. Don't go to the three-point line. Just shoot. Just go to the rim. Attack the rim. Hit the rim. Again, Denver had the lead here in the third quarter. And then Jokic started to wake up here in the third quarter. Jokic was like, all right, I'm back. And then Philadelphia came back there. I kept waiting during this whole game. I kept waiting for Philadelphia to shut down. I kept waiting for them to have that moment where it's just, all right, it's over. And then, yeah, a nice dunk there by Al Horford. And then, great play here by Embiid. The behind-the-back layup. And yeah, you know what? Embiid, he can be annoying, but man, he gets the crowd so fired up. They love to have Embiid's the guy. Again, you love to have him on your team, and you hate it when he's against your team because he's so obnoxious and annoying. But when he's with your team, you love it. You put up with it because he's scoring all the baskets. And then Philadelphia, Denver had their chances here late. Denver had the Philadelphia with the missed 20 the shot clock violation. And then Charles Barkley said this might be a finals preview. Denver and Phil. I got to see more from both of these teams right now. But again, Denver had their chances here. Denver had a few chances throughout the game during the late part of this game, and they just couldn't get it going. And so nobody in the chat right now, because there's 5 of you right now watching. There's nobody in the chat. So if you have something to say, please say it. We love talking here on this show. Embiid again, 22 points, 8 for 18. Harris 20.7 for 17. Thibault 13.3 for 4 from 3. The Murray injury really hurt Denver. He left the game in the second quarter. Jokic again, 15.7 for 13. Barton again. Barton was the best player by far in the first quarter. It's like 26 points. It's like 15, 16 in the first quarter. He was insane. Like Will Barton? Oh my gosh, he's on fire. So overall here in this game, and we might end this game early. By the way, also right now in the Heat game, Duncan Robinson has 10 threes on the night. Duncan Robinson has 34 points. Benny Adebayo had a triple-double. Jimmy Butler had 18 rebounds. Kendrick Nunn had 36 points. This is a great night for Miami. But Miami's got a team that can compete this year. You going live after the next game? No. There's nothing. What more is there to say about the Knicks, Rennie? What more is there to say about the Knicks? They stink. They're a bad team. They're horribly run. They're horribly coached. They signed every power forward in the league. It's not a system that can work. And it doesn't matter who the coach is. You're not going to be able to get good production out of those. And again, when the whole system is just 9 power forwards, that's not going to work. That's not good basketball. And none of these power forwards are Akeem Olajuwon or Tim Duncan. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm so annoyed right now. I'm so ticked off. But maybe next year, maybe we can get Giannis. Although I know there's no way they're getting Giannis. Like I just see that coming a mile away. They're not going to be able to get Giannis. He's going to leave them, and but they're going to sell us on that they're going to get Giannis, and of course he won't even consider them. But it's so frustrating right now. It's so frustrating to be a Knicks fan, as it usually is. But right now it's just particularly cruel. Right now it's just like, okay, yeah, you guys stink. Just rub it in my face even more. Duncan Robinson with 10 threes tonight for Miami. The game is now over, by the way. Miami has beaten the Hawks 135 to 122 behind 10 threes from Duncan Robinson and 36 points from Kendrick Nunn. Oh my gosh, there were 4 guys on Miami tonight that scored 20 points, 3 guys that scored 30. Trae Young was 3 or 11 from 3, 7 for 19 from the field. Do better. I like Trae Young. Trae Young, unfortunately. And with Atlanta, I will say this. Luka Doncic's ceiling, they're always going to be matched together. Luka Doncic's ceiling is higher than Trae Young's, so I feel like in the end, Atlanta will be fine with Trae Young, but that's where you look back on it. Like, Luka Doncic could win an MVP. I don't see Trae Young winning an MVP. Trae Young's a fine player, great shooter, but I feel like that's just going to be then I look back on that and you go, we probably should have kept Doncic. Again, if you had to choose. But, I mean, look, Houston's happy with their 2 rings that they got from Akeem, even though they could have had Jordan. They're happy that they got 2 rings, although, what team do you like? What team? Skeleton Man. I like the Knicks, so I just sit there every time they play a game, and, I mean, they're losing right now to Portland, so if you want to sit there, and right now they're losing by 8 to Portland. I'm not even going to put on the game. It's just every game of this. I will be doing, there's a Knicks-Nets game coming on in a few weeks, and I will be doing a live reaction to that, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, don't even with me right now. Other than that, expect very little. And I did have a live reaction to Fizdale getting fired, so I did do that. And I'm sure they'll hire a coach, but I mean, who's gonna come here? I mean, if you're Mark Jackson, you got a great job there at the booth in ESPN. Why would you waste your time going to work for James Dolan and Steve Mills and Scott Perry? Why would you waste your time like that? Why did your one chance to get back in the NBA? Why would you waste it on that? It makes no sense to me. So, and Van Gundy too. Van Gundy, I know Van Gundy wants to coach again, but you're gonna waste it at this Knicks team right now with the ineptitude that they're going through. Why would you waste it? Why would you waste your chance on going back to the Knicks? Joel over Jokic. Yes, yes, Joel. Yeah, no, that's clear right now. And Jokic is fat. Jokic is really fat. That is my main takeaway from Jokic. Shows up so much heavier for some reason this season, and I didn't really notice it until the Laker game was when I first people started talking about, he's taking a step back this year, and he's really fat too. And the memes on Twitter of people talking about how fat he is. That's when people really started to get it. But again, man, and yes, Duncan Robinson tonight with 10 threes. This is a going back and forth between the Nuggets and Sixers and the Heat scoring 10 threes. I like the Warriors. I still like them, but I don't know who to go for. No, I get it. Again, if you're a Warriors fan, I get it. Look, they've been great all these years. They've been great for 4. They'd actually been better before that because they made the playoffs a few times. But yeah, at least for the last 4 or 5 years, it'd been, it was fun to watch. Like, the Warriors were the best team in the NBA. And eventually it falls off, and they'll be better next year because you're gonna get Clay back healthy. You're gonna get Curry back healthy. And you're gonna have D'Angelo there, so I feel like Golden State is going to be better next year. But you just have to go through right now a lot of growing pains. You just gotta hope these guys come back healthy, and you just have to put up with the fact that your first year in your new arena, no one wants to talk about this team. No one wants to see them. I mean, hey Frankie, how you doing tonight, bro? David, I'm doing great. Good to see you. Just talking about a nice win for the 76ers over the Denver Nuggets. Sixers again win 97-92. Again, I should point out, if you're new to this channel and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe down below and hit the notification bell. Got a bunch of new videos coming out. Had an NBA game winners video today that came out, so go check that out. Had a Yankee reaction to Didi Gregorius. going to the Phillies, so you can check that out. Tomorrow we have Week 15 predictions in the NFL, so that will come out. And then also tomorrow we will have a live reaction right after Raptors and Clippers. Kawhi comes back to Toronto. That should be a very, very fun game. I'm assuming he's going to get cheered. He should. I don't get it. Also, Vince Carter, congratulations. Vince Carter is the 5th player in NBA history that has played over 1,500 games. Good for him. But Kawhi comes back to Toronto. He should get cheered. He won that city a championship. He didn't promise he was going to stay. He won a championship. It's like, Toronto fans better not boo him. I mean, it's kind of weird that he left right after you win a championship, but it's like, again, he did everything. He didn't promise you guys that he was going to stay there forever. You knew he didn't want. That was not his first option. So he comes there and he wins a championship. So I get it. I subbed and I like. Thank you, Skeleton Man. Yes, go Sixers. Yes, Sixers win. And Embiid was really good tonight. But again, and again, we for now we close the book on the Embiid Jokic battle right now. Gosh, looking at what everything else here, and again, the Sixers right now are 13-0 at home. Philadelphia is 13-0 at home right now. Philadelphia is 13-0 at home, and they are also 5-7 on the road. I mean, take at your home court, protect it, as Baker Mayfield says in those stupid progressive commercials that I can't watch anymore. Also, because Baker Mayfield stinks right now. But you got to be able to win on the road too. I mean, not all of those games in the playoffs are going to be at home. Not all of those games in the playoffs are going to be on at home. Who are the Knicks playing tonight again? Oh, the NFL predicts can't wait. I'm a Niners fan, but since I was born, my dad, aka my grandpa, played for them. Oh, wow. Oh, your grandpa played for the Niners? That's awesome. That's so cool. The Knicks are playing the Blazers tonight, and they're losing right now. And Portland has not had a very good year either, and Portland's probably going to win that game pretty handily. Right now, our leading scorer is Mitchell Robinson. It's just like, kill me. It's just like, I can't watch the lack of talent on this team. It's just so insufferable to think about and talk about and watch. Portland right now is winning, though, by 9. There's 7:48 to go here in the second quarter. So, yes, there will be NFL predictions. Tomorrow morning, it will be up around maybe 8:39. It depends on my schedule. But, yeah, early tomorrow morning, we will have the Week 15 predictions here in the NFL. So, a lot to get to. Super Bowl predictions or playoffs? Oh, the Blazers. Yes, the Blazers with Melo. Melo has done a good job there at Portland. Somehow their defensive numbers are up, which I can't. That has to be wrong. There's no way Carmelo's like all of a sudden figured out how to play defense. Super Bowl prediction or playoffs? Oh no, it's just Week 15 predictions for the week. Right now, my Super Bowl prediction is Ravens Niners. Right now, that's my prediction. I think the Ravens are the best team right now in the NFL. They're better than New England. New England's got to prove to me that they can get this offense fixed. Even though I think they will, right now I can't buy it. And then they're having a lot of fun there at TNT right now. And then with the Niners, they got home to the advantage right now. They got the lead in the NFC. A lot of good talents, a lot of good talent with the skill position players. Jimmy G, Kyle Shanahan. So that's my pick right now for the Niners. It's looking like it will be Ravens versus Niners in the Super Bowl. I mean, there's no guarantee right now. Again, even though right now I think we're leaning towards Ravens and Niners, there's still such a lot. There's no. And again, you can look at New England. You can look at New Orleans. You can look at there's so many other teams right now. You got Kansas City might be able to pull something out there. Don't rule out Seattle, even though they lost to the Rams. There's a lot of talent on these rosters right now. It's impossible for me to sit there and go, it's over, definitely. So yes, it's looking like it will be Ravens. Again, right now that is the bet. Right now, if you're a betting man, bet Ravens and Niners. But again, this is in no way a guarantee. This is no way over. There's still a lot to deal with here coming forward here in the next lot of drama, a lot of craziness could happen. Where are you from? I'm from New Jersey. So I was a Nets fan growing up. I was a Nets fan. By the way, I'll be back in 10 seconds. Give me 10 seconds. Hold on. Sorry guys, I didn't bring a water bottle with me, so I got a water bottle, so here I am. Agreed, Frankie, but home field is huge in the playoffs. Absolutely, again, home field is going to be the advantage. That's good. Home field is going to determine. Last year, though, it didn't, because last year home field was Kansas City and New Orleans, and neither team made it. But home field Again, if you give Baltimore home field a playoff game, they should be able to win that. And then, we'll see with San Francisco. So, back to New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey, so I went to a bunch of Net games growing up. Love the Nets, because, the Jets and the thing about the Nets and the Devils, they were the only two teams that called New Jersey home. The Jets and Giants play in New Jersey. They didn't call New Jersey home, so it was cool having the Nets and the Devils. But for the Nets, I saw them a lot, and then they got really bad, and so I stopped watching the Nets. And so then they moved to Brooklyn, and I stopped. I still like the team, but right now my team's the Knicks, because the Knicks are the closest team I feel like to me. Nice win versus the Flames. Oh, the Patriots again. The Patriots again getting involved in cheating. They need to stop. You're going to cheat against the Bengals. If you cheat against the Bengals, that means you've cheated against more other teams. So they've got to do an investigation here and figure out what's going on. Because there's no way that the first time you decided to cheat was against the Bengals. There's no way on earth that, again, the first team you decided to cheat against in years is the Bengals. The 1-11, 1-12 Cincinnati Bengals. So in terms of the Nets, again, I grew up watch all those games, but then they went to New York and then they went to Brooklyn, and I became a Knicks fan. So, all right. So what else is going on here, guys? Again, they're having too much craziness over there at TNT. The Heat right now are at 14 on Atlanta. The Hornets beat the Wizards tonight, but both teams are severely under 500. I will say this: I thought Charlotte was going to be the worst team in the league, and they're hanging in there. They're 10-16. Again, they're not going to they're not going to go into the playoffs. But I like how much fire this team has. The fact that they've been this close for this season. So props to them. Thanks, bro. Thank you. Absolutely. Gosh. So, and then anything else here again? And right now, again, the Knicks are down 10. So yeah, this is a half Knicks rant / we barely talked about the Sixers. I guess we talked about it at the beginning. Great game from Joel. He outplayed Jokic, and Jokic again continues to take step back, a lot of steps back this year, and he's got to be better if Denver's going to be better. And Philadelphia, a good win, but you still wonder about them. You still wonder that, especially with what's going on with Embiid and Simmons, and can that work long term? Oh yeah, I forgot. My mom is a Bengals. We watched the game when the Niners played the Bengals. She was like, I thought we were going to. Oh, yeah, Niners Bengals. Looking at the the schedule here for. Trying to remember that. Hold on. Niners. Did the Niners play the Bengals this year? Oh wait, hold on. Oh yeah, that's right. Week 2. That's right. Week 2. I'd like to say that was the. Okay, that wasn't the Monday night game. That's right. That was the 1:00 game, and San Francisco. I'm remembering it now. They just annihilated Cincinnati, and yeah, that was I think the Bengals were like underdogs in that game, if I remember correctly, or maybe they were favored. I can't remember, but the Niners, like, people really didn't know what to make of the Niners. It was a year after the Jimmy G stuff. Yeah, the Bengals were 1-point favorite. I remember saying, look, the Niners are a better team. Take the Niners, and the Niners just rolled past Cincinnati in that game, and so they won that game and. They've been able to sustain it ever since. I mean, this Niners team, I don't even know what they're talking about inside the NBA right now. I don't think they've talked about basketball on there in the last 10 minutes. This is the best show of all time right now inside the NBA. They're not even talking basketball anymore. They're just like, all right, let's just talk nonsense. But, oh gosh. Yeah, so yeah, San Francisco has been great all year, and I think we go 13-3. Let me see this Niners schedule here. Again, we do a bunch of stuff here where we talk about the NBA game, and then we talk into other stuff. So right now the Niners are 11-2. They're home to Atlanta, that should be a win. They're home to the Rams, that should be a win, and then they're at Seattle, so it could be a loss. So yeah, 13-3, 14-2. That's where I'm going right now with the Niners. And again, get that home field advantage. Even though it didn't work last year, get home field advantage. It's a bad look for the Patriots to be spying on the Bengals. Of course it is. Of course it is. They got to figure out what exactly happened here. But yeah, it's a terrible look. It's a terrible look to be investigating. Because again, why are you wasting your time? It's the Bengals. Why are you wasting your time? Why are you wasting your time with this? Oh yeah, Texas Tech. We did it the college basketball today. Texas Tech upsetting Louisville. That's the 4th time this year that number 1 has lost. That's the first time that's happened in the first 2 months of the year since 2003-04. That was the year UConn won the title. This is setting up to be a crazy year in college basketball, and you love that. You love the parity. That's what we all love about March Madness, is the parity of not knowing what that's going to happen. 2011 is still my favorite NCAA tournament because there was not a 1 or 2 seed that made the Final Four. So 2011 was my all-time favorite NCAA tournament. That was a great tournament. Terrible championship game, but a really fun, great tournament. And so we already have 4 number 1 teams that have gone down. And so again, the possibility that anything can happen again for Texas Tech to win this game. And Louisville was like, all right, maybe Louisville's the favorite to win the championship. Now it's back to, I think, to Kansas. I think Kansas is now the number 1 team. I have school in the morning. I'd be watching the Nike. All right. Absolutely, Skeleton Man. Take care. Thanks for watching that channel. Thanks for subbing. Maryland loses to Penn State too. Again, yeah, all the parity in the league right now. All of it. I'm here for all of it. I'm here for parity in all of these leagues. So, yeah, number 4, Maryland loses to Penn State. Penn State fans storm the court. So, yeah, now Kansas will be, as long as they hold it together here in the next 6 days, Kansas will be the number 1 team in the nation at 8-1 as this crazy NCAA basketball season continues. We should have known it was crazy when Duke lost to Stephen F. Austin. That's when we were like, we should have all gone on board. My gosh, look at the Miami score totals tonight. 36, 34, 30, and 20. Those are 4 guys' points totals. Miami was unloading the NFL predicts, LOL. Oh, okay, but have a good night. Absolutely. Yeah, I was like, what? Nike? I'm not sponsored by Nike yet. So, maybe I'll get sponsors soon. But hopefully I'll get sponsors, but it'll be like SeatGeek and that sports cases. I'm hoping for those sponsorships soon. If you guys want to sponsor that, please let me know. I will proudly sell my soul for those advertisements. Yeah, we're here to have fun here though. So I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, so what else is going on here? Again, Louisville lost tonight. Maryland lost. And again, yeah, the big story tonight was the big story tonight. Again, here was the Nuggets Sixers. As we were talking about here, there was the TNT 8 o'clock game, and Philadelphia pulled off the win, 97-92 over Denver. And again, off 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists from Joel Embiid, 26.7 rebounds and 7 assists from Will Barton. They're showing the Wizards and Hornets highlights right now, which again, I just don't really have. Again, both teams. The Wizards, they're under the worst contract right now of all time with John Wall. Charlotte is a better team than we thought they'd be, but they still stink. So I can't really go. Rockets versus Cavaliers tomorrow night. I hope the Rockets win tomorrow night. Houston should. Cleveland's bad. It looks like they might finally get rid of Love, which is fine. I think it's over for now for Cleveland. I thought they should have. I don't understand why they signed him to that extension. When did Kevin Love sign the extension with the Cavs? Kevin Love's Cavs extension. He signed that extension. Yeah, he signed it after LeBron left. Why would he? I don't understand that. It was 4 years, $120 million. I don't get why he would do that. Like, he must have known this team was going to be bad. I guess Cleveland could have offered him the most money. Like, if he wanted to win, he should have known this team wasn't going to win. So, man, LeBron, everywhere LeBron goes, he just destroys every team that he's with. He destroys Cleveland the first time, destroys Miami. But the problem, everywhere he goes, Miami and Cleveland, he wins titles. Who would you rather be? The Steelers, who can win and mainly get the wild card, but have to deal with the Bills, or the Titans, who have to get the AFC South? Who would I rather be, the Steelers or the Titans? Gosh. I think that's it. It's tough right now because neither team is sensational right now. Neither team is going to be a legitimate contender. I'm happy for Carmelo that he's doing well with the Trailblazers now. Oh yeah, everybody should be very happy. Okay, so apparently, I guess Kenny Smith just mooned. I guess Kenny Smith just mooned the audience, or like his pants fell down on Inside the NBA. So yeah, great. That is. Oh gosh. So Inside the NBA, which is already crazy, now has Kenny Smith having his pants fall down. So that must have been great. And then would I rather want the Steelers or the Texans? Again, that's tough, man. I want to say Pittsburgh because they have the better coach. Tennessee, because right now Tennessee I feel like is playing better. You're looking at Tannehill and you're looking at Henry, and they're just on another level. They've really, again, hit their stride here late. So I guess I'd give the edge to Tennessee, but it's tough. I'd rather be Baltimore. The Titans have to play versus the Saints next week in Jacksonville. That should probably be a loss. And the Titans get the Texans twice and the Saints. That's not easy. That's a terrible like 3-game stretch here. Those are just 3 games that you just sit there and go, all right, maybe we win those. I mean, you want better. So again, it's a difficult schedule right now, and I will make my picks tomorrow. I haven't made my picks. I make all my picks. I make all my picks tomorrow morning. So like after I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna wake up, look at the spreads, and see what I'm gonna pick. So I mean, New Orleans played great last week. They just had a bad defense. Their offense exploded in a way that we've been waiting to see from them all year. So I'm not gonna sit there and I'm probably gonna take the Saints to win, but I might look at the odds and might say something differently. But and again, Tennessee's hot right now. Tennessee, I thought the Tannehill thing was gonna fail. I thought them going with Tannehill whenever they did, I thought that was the white flag. They're saying our season's over. We got nothing to play for. Let's try this kid out. And we're getting rid of Mariota. We're gonna try. And Tannehill's played well here. Tannehill's played so much better. Like Tannehill, I'm trying to remember. Has Tannehill ever played this good? I don't even know if he was this good with Miami. And yet here he is. He's winning all these games. And he's playing like a real quarterback. Like, it's great. So, right now I will give. Gosh, it's tough to say. In theory, the Titans could win the 2 Texans game, win the division, but the schedule makers look like idiots early in the season. But wow, they're brilliant now. I mean, the schedule makers, I'm not going to say, oh, how dare you. It's like, schedule makers are going to have to, work all the... I can't criticize schedule makers, really. Maybe in the NBA, when it's like, all right, you put it back-to-back, and, they have no idea about any of this stuff. And Portland is now up 20 on the Knicks with 2:18 to go in the second. Portland is up 20 on the pathetic garbage known as the New York Knicks as this Knicks season continues to spiral into madness. The Knicks are the Joker in the Joker movie, just heading down the stairs to that music, just going down the stairs. The descent into madness continues. It's only going to get worse from here. This team is an absolute dread, and Mills and Perry need to go. And then Dolan, you know what, Dolan? I know he's probably not going to take he's probably not going to take the job. Go to Masajiri, or however you pronounce his name, up 20 on the Knicks, quoted for truth. Go to a jury in Toronto and tell him, name your price, we'll bring you here. And look, he's probably not going to take the job because he loves this job, but he loves the opportunity that he has in Toronto. He's a champion, but tell him we'll give you whatever you want, because you need right now a guy who understands basketball, understands how to bring in talent, how to recruit talent, understand all of this stuff. So, and look, I know that he's probably not going to take the job, and it's a very difficult job. But imagine again, if you win a title there, if you win a title with the Knicks, you become a legendary GM if you aren't already. So that'd be my hope for him taking that job. He's probably not going to, but I'm just so upset. Oh gosh, I don't know what to say. The Knicks are angering me right now. A lot of my built-up anger. What do you think about the rumors of Becky Hamilton being offered the next job? That's fine. I mean, look, first woman ever. She's under Pop. I wouldn't have a problem with it. Would it be worse? Would it be worse than any coach? Here's the problem right now. I don't think any coach. Actually, it might not be good for Becky Hammond, considering the fact that this is the first woman basketball coach ever, and she's going into one of the worst jobs possible. Yeah, they should offer it, but she should say no. I mean, they can offer. They can ask Mark Jackson. They can ask any guy they want. They should all say no, because this is a direct. As long as this ownership group is running the Knicks, why would you take this job? Why would you waste your time again with this team? No one should, unless a smart guy like Masajiri, I can't pronounce his name, I'm sorry. Unless somebody like that becomes general manager or becomes president of this team. Well, right now they have the all-decade team coming up here on Inside the NBA, so we should break down that. I mean, LeBron's gonna be on that. Curry. bunch of guys. Didn't 2K come out with the all-decade team? Oh no, let's go the 2K Sports Decade team, which I actually didn't really disagree with, but the 2K Sports had a decade team that was as we are nearing the end of the decade here. Okay, so the 2K 2010 decade team. Here we go. So small forward's LeBron. Point guard is either Curry or Chris Paul. I can't tell. The shooting guard is James Harden. Bad decade for power forwards and centers. The center is Dwight Howard, and the power forward is Anthony Davis. That's all fair. Look, Dwight Howard became a joke near the end of this decade, although he's revised himself a little bit. But he was the most dominating player at the beginning of that decade. I mean, he was unstoppable in Orlando. He took that Orlando team with nothing and took them to the NBA title. Took them to the finals. Beat that Cleveland team with LeBron, like vintage LeBron. So, like those 09-10 LeBron seasons are two of the greatest seasons in the history of the NBA. I don't know. Right now I'm just ticked off. Right now I'm just ticked off about everything with this next team. Every time I think about the Knicks, it just gets me more frustrated. I know this is a Sixers Warriors. I know this is a Sixers Nuggets video, but you know we're bouncing around on a bunch of stuff, and I just need to vent about the Knicks. And we covered really everything there was about this game. This game is not trending right now. I like to see all these games based on the worldwide trends. And people are more invested in what Miami just did than this game, even though this game was on national TV. People were more invested in what Miami was able to do there late and all the offense that they had. Again, Miami's good. Like Miami is a legitimately good team. At the beginning of the year, I was like, I don't know, I'm sold on them now. Again, you got Butler, Adebayo, Dragic. Again, there's real good talent on Miami right now, and again, Tyler Hero. It's a really good team. Who's the worst owner in sports? My money is. Oh gosh. Okay. All right. The message was retracted twice, so maybe we'll be back here again. If you guys have any more comments, if you have any more questions, please let me know. Again, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down there below. Have videos every day. We'll have more videos coming out. We have a Clippers Raptors video tomorrow. We have a Jets Ravens video on Thursday. We have a Friday. What is the Friday game? I'm looking here for the Friday game. The Friday game, I should know all this stuff. The Friday game is Lakers Heat. We'll have a live reaction after Lakers Heat. We'll have a Heisman Trophy show on Saturday. We'll have an NFL video, a live reaction on Sunday after the Sunday night game. We'll have another game on Monday. I'm working every day here now for the next. When was the last day I had off? Oh my gosh. I'm working just nonstop. Maybe it was Friday. Maybe I think Friday was the last day I had off. Yeah, but I was on. No, and Saturday too. And we continue. All right, so. Oh gosh! So people getting a good look at Kenny Smith's rear end on Inside the NBA. So if you really like that stuff, what's up, Rob? Good to see you, my man. Are you trying to spell out Dan Snyder with the Redskins as the worst owner in sports? Snyder's up there. Dolan, I feel like, is up there. It's crazy that he also owns the Rangers and doesn't do as bad of a job. Dolan's up there. The Johnsons, the Wilpons. Lot of bad owners right now in the NBA. I mean, the best one's Kraft, and even though Kraft had his own troubles earlier this offseason, you know, Kraft's won 6 Super Bowls. It's hard to sweep a team. Divisional games are always tough. Of course. In any sport, it's hard to sweep. Baseball is the hardest because they have so many games. But yeah, it's tough in the NBA too. It's really tough in football. Again, there's no guarantee about any of this stuff. So again, they're supposed to be doing the NBA All-Decade team. Okay, for no reason at all, Shaq is wearing a Sailor's hat. That's what this show is. That's why I love this show, because for no reason, Shaq's just gonna wear a sailor hat, and you're gonna see Kenny Smith's derriere, and it's just and you have Charles being Charles, and you have Ernie Johnson who's just steering this ship into an iceberg every single week, and doing a fine job. Ernie Smith is the captain of the Titanic and also the violinist on the Titanic. He is the combination of those two. Ernie Johnson is something special. God bless him. Oh man. So we got about 20 more minutes here. We got about 20 more minutes here on the show. So again, if you guys have any more questions, any more comments, please let us know here as we talk about whatever else you want to discuss here in this game. Again, there isn't really much to address here with the game that happened. There's no real major talking point. Again, it's Again, it was early on when Manson was, or Barton, excuse me, was just dropping dimes in the first quarter. But then after that, it's like, all right, Philadelphia wins. Jokic is fat, but we did that last week. It was after the Lakers game that people really were talking about how fat Jokic was and how bad he was and how he took a lot of steps back. And then with, and again, Philadelphia is good, but we'll see how they are in the playoffs. A lot of these teams, Philadelphia, Houston, it's like, all right, show me what you can do in the playoffs. Show me how good. All right, they're discussing here on the Inside the NBA whether or not Kawhi is part of the All-Decade team. Kawhi won 2 rings. Won 2 Finals MVP, had 3 All-Star selections. Kawhi's up there. So yeah, right now they're discussing the All-Decade team. Right now they're discussing it. Bills beat Steelers. Buffalo beat Steelers. All right. So the All-Decade front court: Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, LaMarcus Aldridge. I forgot about Aldridge. KD and Dwight Howard. And no Blake Griffin on there. When is the playoffs for the NFL? 3 weeks away. So we have this week, the next week, and then the following week. And then after that, we'll have the playoffs. Have a good night, Frankie. Thank you, David. Worst blown call: Harden's dunk not counting or Patriots getting moved out of bounds? Both are bad. I would say, the Harden dunk is inexcusable. I don't know how they missed that. The Patriots is bad too, because that was clearly a touchdown. They didn't call it, but the Patriots didn't have any challenges left, so they weren't able to challenge it. So they had their chance. They had their chance of getting that then, and the Patriots didn't have any challenges left. If the Patriots had challenges, they would have been able to call it, but they weren't able to call it, and so it led to that just awful moment there. But. And, we know we've done it over and over again. The officials are bad in both sports. It's going to get to a point where we're going to be able to challenge everything. We thought this pass interference rule with the NFL was going to change a lot. The NFL's pass interference rule is a joke. So Kawhi and Blake Griffin not on the NBA All-Decade teams. We forget how much of a beast Blake Griffin, or people, I guess people don't. Like Blake Griffin was a beast at the beginning of the decade when he was just doing all those ridiculous dunks. Like, every night, like, at the beginning of that first year he had, every night you were just sitting there going, what is he going to dunk over now? How hard is he going to dunk? He was so much fun to watch in that first year. Like, he was must-watch television every year. And then you had Lynn there. Like, yeah, in terms of must-watch players in the NBA. And then you had LeBron. You have Luka right now as must-watch. Giannis. Curry, when Curry was on his peak back in, like, 2014, 15, 16, when the Warriors were on that 28-game winning streak, it was like, all right, watch this team. Watch these guys. And watch what they're doing. They're insane. Oh, gosh. So, again, those were the guys that you had to watch it. And it's sad. I'm actually missing watching Curry because there was something special about seeing whether it was Curry or Clay, seeing those guys just light up. When those guys got going, when those guys are just shooting, and every shot's going down, it's something. They made shooting 3-pointers cool. The White Sox pitcher. No, it was a Tigers pitcher. It was Armando Galarraga. He was the one. He got robbed of a perfect game after someone was called safe when he clearly wasn't. Yeah, it was the Armando Galarraga perfect game. He was with the Tigers. That was 2010. And Jim Joyce had the wrong call there. Became a particularly infamous moment in the history of baseball. Never forget it. Watched it the next day. Couldn't believe it. Because I was asleep I was sleeping and was doing other stuff. Woke up the next morning and was just shocked that the Galarraga call wasn't made. So that's an all-timer. He took a perfect game away from that guy. I wish something different was able to happen, but it was such a bummer. And it was so clearly the wrong call. It was so unfortunate. So I guess they're working on who's the backcourt going to be. I want them to keep talking about this. Who's their all-decade backcourt going to be? Again, they're doing this right now on the Inside the NBA show. They're doing it on TNT. Who the all-time? See, this is an improv show. We don't know what we're doing here on this show, but then we see what they're doing, and then we've got the all-decade backcourt right now. This is Inside the NBA. Paul, Wade, Curry, Harden, Bryant, Westbrook. Kobe did win a title in this decade. CP3, yeah, I can't really argue with any of them. Wade won 2 titles. Curry won a couple titles. Harden and Westbrook. Yeah, no, that's about right. They got the right players in there. There's no major. Again, like I guess you can think about they should have put Kawhi in there. Kawhi won 2 titles, and you could have thought about putting Blake Griffin up in there. Again, the front court is Davis, Cousins, Leonard, James, Aldridge, Durant, Howard. That is the front court right there in the NBA, and then you have the back court. That's the all-decade team. I'm sure Charles has some complaints about it. Any other questions here, guys? We got about 15 minutes left. If you don't have any more questions, we'll wrap things up here. But, again, Philadelphia with the win tonight. It was a fun game. I would have liked some more scoring in the fourth quarter, but that happens. We've seen some great games this year. Like Lakers Mavericks went into overtime. There were a couple very good Clippers games that we got to see here on prime time. We've seen a couple really exciting games this year. And this one tonight was good. It wasn't like up there for best games we've seen this year, but it was a fun game. Looking here, hold on, we got a tweet here from Ryan Russillo, who I like. Denver ran the high screen versus Jokic 4 times into a switch versus a guard, driving an Embiid at the end of the game. Guess what? It didn't work. Same thing versus Lakers. Oh gosh. Jokic is so bad. I mean, Jokic right now. Jokic is so. He's talented. He's just really fat. He's like, why you just decide to come back to this, come to this season this year out of shape? What about Dirk? Oh, Dirk for the decade team. That's right. Dirk did have a title back in 2011. You could have made you could have made an argument there for Dirk, and Dirk has the longevity. Like, Dirk was just there for so many years up until this year. I have a lot of questions, but I'm one guy. No, that's fair. That's fair. I'm here to answer almost every question you guys have. So don't really be afraid to ask. Wait, is that the going fishing boat? Wait, are they sending a team fishing? It's not. Oh gosh. All right, so now Shaq is going to. We don't get to watch this show a lot here during the live stream. Okay, so Shaq is now on the boat, and he just. Oh gosh, this show is unbelievable. There's something over here. What do you think of Texas? What do you think about that Texas and Tennessee not playing for a while? That's a shame. That's a great rivalry. Texas and Texas A&M should play. Absolutely. I love that rivalry. Yeah, Texas A&M. I feel like haven't played in a while. We're talking football, right? Because they Texas A&M off the Big 12. That should be a rivalry every year. Like, there's some of these rivalries that are just like, don't end them now. Like, I know you're moving to a new conference, but like, keep that rivalry going. It's a fun rivalry. People enjoy it. Schedule your 1 or 2 out of conference games that year and schedule it towards them. Please. We love these rivalries in college football. Please do a better job of this. All right. So again, we got about 12 more minutes here, guys. So, yeah, Texas and Texas A&M. Play games again. Keep playing your games. Or get back to playing these games. Yeah, thank you, Trevor, for pointing that out. Dirk has an argument to be made for like best of the decade, because that's still probably the most shocking result, even more shocking than Warriors Raptors. I was totally convinced that the Mavericks the Heat were gonna beat the Mavericks in 2011. Like, you got LeBron, you got Wade, they're gonna just destroy Dallas, and they won the first game, and you're like, all right, here we go. And then Dallas wins game 2. I can say Dallas won game 4, and then they won game 5 and game 6, and it was stunning to me. It was stunning how LeBron didn't show up for so many games. It was stunning to me, and just how and that team was just how will Memphis in their bowl game. Who is Memphis' bowl game? I know about the... All right, Memphis bowl game. Memphis is losing their coach, right? They did win the American Conference Championship, I believe, over Cincinnati, which, good for them. Memphis playing Kansas State in the... no, I'm sorry. That's Kansas State and Memphis. Memphis football. Memphis is playing the Cotton Bowl against Penn State. Ooh, I like that. I'll give Penn State the edge. But, I like that game. Penn State, Memphis... I'll be watching those games. I'm gonna try to watch as many of the college football bowl games as I can. They need to cut down on the bowl games. There should be, if I was commissioner of college football, I would put it at like 20 bowl games, 20, 25. I'd put a cap on it 25. There's way too many bowl games. I know that there's money that goes into the schools and all that. There's way too many. Not every team. There's too many. These teams. Not all of these teams deserve bowl games. Not all of these teams deserve bowl games. It's a joke. There's so many players out there that don't deserve it. There's so many teams that don't deserve it. Or sorry, I meant to say players. There's so many teams that don't deserve bowl games. What, you get 6 wins? Everyone gets money from everyone gets money for why? I don't know. Again, I think they do get money for what and why. I mean, I guess for them to show up. I don't know. It's pathetic. The whole NCAA system is a joke, and I'm glad that they're paying the players now, or at least they're letting them make money off their own money or money off their own name. So at least that happens. But for now, I can't. It's just such a terrible system because, again, there's so many games here of just like, oh, this team shouldn't be in it. Why are we watching these two teams play? Like, these teams stink. This team stinks. They're not very good. Again, just put a cap on like either 20 or 25. I'll give you 25. And after that, we don't need. And if you put it at 20, even better. Like, just pick 20 best. I just want the 40 best teams in the nation. That'd be good. Or you go even 15. Then you go to 30. Shrink the number. No, there's too many bowl games in here. Who's really invested? Who's sitting there going like, I gotta watch all these bowl games. I gotta watch the Meineke Car Care Bowl. I gotta watch the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl. I gotta watch the Jabba the Hutt Bowl or whatever. Yeah, I gotta watch all these. I gotta watch the Marvel Bowl. I gotta watch the Disney Plus Bowl. I don't want to watch these. There's too many of these games against like the 12th Sun Belt, the 6th best Sun Belt team and the 4th best MAC team. I don't want to see this. So thank you. I just got a rant there on the. Wait. Okay, so they got all right. They have something right now on on TNT. Get over to a TV. They have something right now on TNT with bananas and paint, and this looks great. The Nats signed Strasburg. 2 questions: how does that work for them? And how does that affect Garrett Cole's contract? It works fine for the Nats to get Strasburg. He's homegrown, well loved, World Series MVP. Absolutely, I'm glad that they signed him. Whether or not, I mean, the owners basically come out and said we're not going to be able to get Rendon now. So but I've heard some reports that they can afford Rendon. So either A, they really can't afford him, or B, they're asking Rendon, hey, take a hometown discount. Either way, So what works for them, I feel like it's good. How does it affect your Cole's contract? It's going to be Cole's contract's going to go up. The Yankees offered Cole a bigger contract than Strasburg got. We don't know the numbers yet, but the Yankees offered Cole a bigger contract. So yeah, it affects Garrett Cole's contract in a big way. I mean, I feel like Cole is a better player than I feel like Cole is a better pitcher than Strasburg, even though Strasburg won the World Series MVP. Cole, what he was able to do at the end of the season was ridiculous. So absolutely, I think. So yeah, it works. I think it works well for the Nationals. I don't know how he'll do on the back end of his contract, but for the front end, it's great. And how does it affect Garrett Cole's contract? It will certainly increase them. All right, so are they painting something over there on Inside the NBA? I guess they're all painting something. They're all gonna take. They're all taking 2 minutes. Okay, this is the greatest thing ever. So right now they're trying to paint something. I'm gonna imagine that Charles is gonna be slightly ridiculous. What are they doing? Can somebody talk? All right, so we have a banana. We have 2 minutes. We have like green paint. They should be talking. I don't like them when they don't talk. If Rendon leaves, where would he go? He can't go to Houston because they have Bregman. But yeah, where would Anthony Rendon? Who is interested in Anthony Rendon right now? Going to 2020. All right, so Anthony Rendon going to 2020. Who's interested? Rumors. I'm not seeing right now any I'm not seeing any different this guy's going to wherever yet. There's talk that the Phillies might get it. The Rangers are trying to get him. I mean, he's a very talented player. We saw what he did in the World Series. So, yeah, you can't go to Houston, obviously. They got 30 seconds. What are they painting? This show fascinates me. I don't know what the heck they're doing. And this show again is just fascinating. This show is so weird. I love it. You know what? I love how weird the show is. Also, you hear about the guy who made $100,000 and just someone who just sold a banana duct tape to a wall. There's a sucker born every minute. There's a sucker born every single minute. $100,000, banana duct tape to a wall. Great, perfect, go figure. What are they drawing? Okay, so Kenny is drawing a tree. And okay, so Kenny's drawing a tree. I don't know what the heck. I don't think Charles drove any. I don't think Charles wrote anything. And then okay, I'm trying to look at what all these guys drew. Okay, yeah, Kenny drew a tree, And then I think that's the Sun. It's undescribable what that is. Charles drew. I can't see what the. There's no color on that. Charles drew something and like nobody can see what the heck it is. There's no. He drew something with like he drew. I'm pretty sure Charles drew with like clear marker. Something really stupid. Nobody can tell. Kenny drew a tree. Ernie drew like something for Inside the NBA 30. This is way more interesting than whatever the heck we're talking about in terms of the NBA. And then I don't know what Shaq drew, but this is a great show. I love this show. Watch it every week, people. There's nothing better. See it, and then apparently that's a Christmas tree. How could I couldn't tell the difference between a regular tree and a Christmas tree? I can't tell that. Can he do a better job? And so yeah, Ernie's doing an Inside the NBA 30 painting. So Ernie's the best. I know I've been talking too much about but Ernie's the best. What Ernie does on a nightly basis, again, like keeps the show under control every year, is just remarkable, and I love watching. And then you have Shaq. What the heck did Shaq drew? All right, what did Shaq drew? And Shaq just drew a body. Okay, great. So that's the show for you in a nutshell. So I was way more interested in that than whatever the heck we were talking about. This show is a way of intriguing me. We have some trees over here. Yes, we have some happy little trees because it's all about filling time for a show. Yes. No, I don't think it's about filling time. I think it's, this is the Nito Saturday night. This is where they do like a wacky thing at the end of the show. And so they're just like, all right, let's paint trees. Why the heck not? Thank you, Plasma Warrior, for sticking with this. But we don't have to fill any time. We can leave whenever the heck we want. So, all right. So, I guess we're gonna wrap things up here in just a few minutes. Yep, there's the Bob Ross. Somebody is tweeting out Bob Ross. So there we go. What else here? Just want to. There's Charles with Bob Ross. So I guess final thoughts from this game here, Plasma Warrior. If you have any final comments here, you're the only one left in the comment section. So thank you. Is Chuck was drawing with invisible ink. I love this show. I love everything about this show. It's the best show. We're so lucky we have it, and I'm going to be very sad when it's gone. But I can't see. What the heck is that? Okay, so any other comments here, guys? Final thoughts? Again, this was a very good win for Philadelphia against Denver. Again, we've gone over it. A nice win from Embiid. Jokic is fat, and it's really difficult to watch. Again, I don't understand why you would come into this so out of shape. And then not much tonight, but yeah, the Lakers scare me. Oh yeah, the Lakers scare. Yeah, the Lakers should. Right now, it's three teams. It's the Lakers, it's the Clippers, it's the Bucks. Right now, it's those three teams. It's the Lakers, it's the Clippers, it's the Bucks. Those are the three teams right now in the NBA. Those are the three teams to look forward to. Those are the three teams that are, again, like that's probably gonna be Lakers, Clippers in the Western Conference, and the Bucks are probably winning the whole. Are probably coming out of the East. Those are the three most exciting teams right now. See you after the NFL week. Absolutely, Plasma Warrior. I will see you after the NFL week as well. I guess I'll see you Sunday. Again, we'll have live streams. We'll have a live stream tomorrow after Clippers Raptors. So we'll do that, and then after that, who knows what the heck we're gonna do. So again, Jokic. Again, I've said that Jokic is fat, and again, it makes no sense to me that he would show up to the season so overweight. Oh, the Celtics. Oh yeah, the Celtics. I mean, I guess. The Celtics are like those are the three elite teams right now, but I feel like the Celtics are near the top of that level. But I feel like Milwaukee's just, and you have Giannis playing like an MVP. So looking at the odds here, again, and Celtics have been playing great. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, you look out for again. It's just a lot of parity right now in the NBA. A lot of teams right now that could come out and win this whole thing. So you look at the Celtics and. Again, Lakers, Clippers, Bucks, Rockets, Sixers. It's very talented, very loaded team, very loaded league this year. So, yeah, again, a great win for Philadelphia. They are now 13-0 at home. They've been totally dominant at home, and we'll see if they can keep the good times rolling. So, I think that's it for now. Unless you guys have any final comments, any final questions, thank you guys again so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow night, right after Clippers and Raptors. It's Kawhi's return to Toronto. We're expecting cheers, but you never know with fans. But Canadians are really nice, so I'd expect cheers. And then yes, tomorrow night we will have a, or tomorrow morning we will have a breakdown. We will have a Week 15 predictions video, and then tomorrow night we'll have the Raptors and Clippers reaction, and I'll be answering your questions. We'll be having some fun. We won't be watching Inside the NBA again, but who knows what we're going to do. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Thanks for watching an hour of whatever the heck this is. Thank you guys so much. I really enjoy it. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys very soon. See you guys tomorrow. Until then, take care. God bless.